Hello. You know what I thought? I thought, let me shut the video off for a minute. We could just listen. Oh, allowing ourselves, giving ourselves a breath just to come into the present moment, to be here with ourselves fully, releasing just a couple layers of it. Stimulation, just releasing a little bit of it. We have this stuff so tightly wound up, it ain't going anywhere. It'll be here when we're done. Allow yourself to take a couple deep breaths and slow the breath down. Slowing the breath down, releasing tightness and tension from the jaw, around your eyes, just letting the body and the mind soften just a little bit for our reading today. Thank you. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. Indeed, we are here in this community every single day, and we are in year 6, and this year we're talking about awakening, being present for our own lives. What? Yeah. Oh, cool. What a cool conversation to have. The Book of Awakening by Mark NEPO, New York Times best-selling book, described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. And the message we're offered today, this day number 2051, is titled Outlasting the Fog. Outlasting the fog. Outlasting the fog. There's a quote here offered to us by Robert Johnson that says, "To be near something beautiful or precious, but to be unable to experience it, is the subtlest possible form of torture." We all have these moments when the rose loses its color for some reason, or the music no longer stirs us, or the sweet, gentle soul across from us no longer seems to soften our heart. To move in and out of meaning is as natural as moving in and out of light, because clouds form and dissipate. It becomes torture, though, when we believe that the rose is no longer colorful, or that the music is no longer stirring, or worst of all, when we conclude that the person across from us is no longer gentle or sweet. In truth, worse than not seeing at all is seeing, but not being touched by what we see. Certainly, things and people change. Our needs can shift. But we have No chance of recognizing real change or loss if we cannot recognize and accept our inability at times to feel what we see. Often, the emotional tragedies of life begin when we rearrange our lives, changing partners, religions, jobs, in an effort to find a sense of meaning that is sleeping numbly inside us, within us. It reminds me of a man who built a home on a cliff by the sea, only to have a month-long fog roll in. He cursed the place and moved away, but a week after he'd gone, the fog cleared. Being human, we all have fogs roll in around our heart. And often our lives depend on quiet courage to wait for them to clear. So beautiful, these messages. The meditative exercise that we are offered today asks us to sit quietly with one thing in your life that appears to have lost its meaning for you. So let's think about that. Let's sit quietly. Let's ground ourselves. Sit quietly. Sit quietly with one thing in your life. What is one thing in our lives that appears to have lost its meaning for you? Maybe you know that right away. Maybe you need a second or two to think about it. One thing in your life that appears to have lost its meaning for you. And as you breathe, let your in-breath freshen your heart. And as you breathe, let your out-breath freshen your eye. And enter your day, keeping the thought of this one thing near. And from time to time, look at it freshly. That is a very interesting message. Because I think there's so much in observing my patterns over the past 60 years. I know that I stay with things way too long. And that's not always the best thing. And then there's people that hop around from thing to thing to thing that don't stay with anything. Being that I do recognize that it is something that I understand about myself and keep an eye on, I just don't quite have as much expendable time like that either, right? I don't want to stay with something 20 years longer than I need to or want to, because who the heck knows if I'm even going to be here like that. So this is an interesting message. But to be near something beautiful or precious, but to be unable to experience it is the subtlest possible form of torture Um, I have experienced being near something very precious and unable to experience it. And sometimes I think that's by our own doing, and sometimes it might not be by. What a great message today. Sure does make you think. So looking at it freshly, with awareness, keen awareness, that we get to practice. Practice being the observer. A little bit of fun. Thanks for being here. See you guys tomorrow. Namaste. Namaste.